Yeah.
Say once and then, so I can kind of.
12 onwards, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, then okay. That we will do.
If you can do that. Thank you.
Sure. Certainly, I think it's. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Suklam Bharadaram Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopasantaye Kujantam Rama Rameti Maturam Maturaksharam Arukya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam Apadava Mahartaram Dataram Sarvasampatam Lokabhiramam Sriramam Bhuyo Namamyaham Arta Namati Hantaram Bhitanam Bhidinarsanam Dvishatam Kala Dantantam Ramachandran Namamyaham Manojjabam Maruta Tulyameham Jitendriyam Buddhimadam Varishtam Vadatmajam Vanarayuda Mukyam Sriramadutam Sarasa Namami Charitam Raghunatha's Satakodi Pravistaram Ekaikam Aksharam Pumsam Mahapatakaranashanam. So we will just take from the mantra number 1 onwards, just we will go through. Tapaspa Dhyaya Niratam Tapasvi Vagvitambaram Naradam Paripapracha Valmikir Munipungavam Kunasmin Sampratam Loke Gudavan Kascha Viryavan Dharmajnasya Kritagyasya Satyavakyo Dridavratah Charitrena Chako Yuktah Sarvabhuteshu Kohitah Vidvan Kakkach Samattascha Kaschai Eka Priyadarshanaha Atmavan Ko Jitakroto Dutiman Ko Anasuyakaha Kasya Bibyati Devascha Jataroshasya Samyuge Yedattichamyaham Shrotum Param Kautuhalam Hime Maharshi Tam Samartosi Jnanume Vanditam Naram Shrutva Chaitatrilokagyo Valmikir Narato Vachaha Shruyatam iti cha mantraya Pragushto Vakyam Abravit Bahavo Durlabhaschaiva Yetvaya Kirtita Gunaha Mune Vakshyamyaham Bhutva Tairyukta Shruyatam Naraha Ishvaku Vamsa Prabhavo Ramo Namajanai Srutaha Niyatatma Mahaviryo Dhutiman Dritiman Vashim Buddhiman Nitiman Vagmi Shriman Shatru Nirbahanaha Vipulamso Mahabahu Kampugrivo Mahahanuhu Mahorasko Maheshvaso Gudachatrurarindamaha Ajanubahu Sushiraha Sullata Suvikramaha Samasama Vibhaktangaha Snigdavarna Pratapavan Peenavaksha Visalaksho Lakshmivan Subalakshanaha Dharmajnasya Satyasandascha Prajanam Chahite Rataha Yashasvi Jnana Sampannaha Suchirvasya Samadhiman. So next mantra we will have to see that. So far what I have seen, one word I will try to bring to your attention in the mantra number 9, Mahahanuhu, he has said, because his cheekbones are so sort of pronounced. So when he is able to look and he is able to act and he is able to speak, and his cheekbones, and the words coming out of it, it flows like a river. That is what, the cheekbones have been given a specific attention. If you really think, the cheekbones are very important parts of the Samudrika Lakshana. And in fact, Hanuman has got the Hanuman because his cheekbones got, because the story says, because he was about to go and gobble the sun, that's how it happened and all. Because, when he has taken that Hanu, that part of cheekbones, then it is not exactly, because they are all Vanaras, they have taken the avatar of Vane Charati iti Vanaraha. All the Devatas they have been given. He is a Pavanaputra, he has also been given the assignment. So Hanu is very important. The cheekbones, like Kampugriva, even the neck and the lines in the neck. And when you are tall, handsome, and when you are long neck, if you see, even Rabindranath Tagore and all, because even the great person, Bernard Shaw and all, they will have a very long neck. And because as if you will find the neck is sitting on the entire suit they are wearing, it is like that. So he is giving all these lakshanas. One of the 11th mantra what we have seen is Samaha Samaviptangaha Snigdavarnaha Pratapavan Pinavaksha Visalaksho Lakshmivan Subhalakshanaha. So here the word Lakshmivan has been used by Narada while telling him about the Rama, but he has not discussed anything about he is going to Mithila and breaking the bow and all those things he has not given. So next mantra is going Dharmagyasya Satyasandasya Prajanam Chahite Rataha Yashasvi Jnana Sampannaha Suchirvasya Samadhiman. He then is the knower of rectitude, because he is the one concerned for the welfare of the subject, and he is prudent enough and he is proficient in prudence and clean in his conduct, self-control and attentive one, all those things he says. But the Lakshmi one, when he has brought it here, it does have a significance, because he is going further into this. He has not given, because it is understood by Valmiki and Narada. There has been these incidents which has taken place. Even before going to Mithila, there are a lot of Rakshasas, they have to face. Tataka and all those things, Maricha, they have done, because he has taken care of everything and finally he has gone there. And even before that, when he went there, when he went and asked Dasaratha, I want to take your son, just to protect my yaga yagya. And I was telling, as a father, because a 12-year-old boy, he wants to take him, for this great job. He said, I will come with my army. Whole of my army is there. I am here at your command. You don't have to ask my boys. I will come and do it. But he says, I don't want it. Why he says is, there is one particular verse in 19th Sarga of Valakandam, which is not here, but which will bring it. Aham veti mahatmanam Ramam Satya Parakram. See, Ramam Satya Parakram. We have also seen Satya Parakramam earlier also. Sullata Suvikramaha, and earlier also we have got Satya Parakramaha, that word has come. When he is telling Satya Parakramaha, he is having all the qualities like that of Vishnu. He is not telling he is Vishnu. He is having all the qualities. So when he is having Satya Parakrama, he says, you don't worry about is a 12-year-old boy. Aham Vedi. Aham Vedi. Vedmi. I know that. I know Aham Vedmi. Mahatmanam Ramam Satya Parakramam. I know his capability. You don't know, because as a father you may not be knowing. I know who is he. That's what it gives an indication. These are all sort of, the connotations that has come about. They are not directly telling the same. Not only that, he is further telling Vasishtopi Mahateja ye me tamasi stita. He also knows tapasi stita. Even Vasishta, who is your Kula Guru, he also knows his capability. So that's how, when he was wondering whether you should send a son, Vasishta also advises him, you have given a word to Vishwamitra, you should send your son. He is certainly capable, as Vishwamitra has said, don't worry about it. On that assurance only, half-heartedly he allowed Rama to be taken by Vishwamitra. But he is not fully convinced. Still, he feels he is a 12-year-old boy. Because if what it says is, we will not be able to understand who is the Paramatman, in what form he comes, and how we are able to sort of apprehend him. We will not be able to comprehend him, because he is so vast. How is that? Because is so vast, and it has been, because described in all our Upanishad. Earlier also, we have seen Isavasya Upanishad, Keno Upanishadam, and Mandukya Upanishadam, and Katha Upanishadam, which is going on now, there also we have seen. This Kamban has taken it beautifully in Ramayanam. He has given, though it is not described in that fashion in Valmiki Ramayanam, when Rama enters the Mithila, Kamban gives a beautiful description. All the ladies, including Sita, and because all his her sister, and as well as her uncle's daughters, Mandavi and Shrutikirti, because who is the daughter of his Kushadvaja, brother of Janaka. who are who are being married to Bharata and Shatrughna, they're also there. All of them are looking at you. At that, Kamban goes, he gives taking a poetic excellence to the highest level for ordinary mortals to understand what is their scenarios. So this has not been covered, here. Now we will be going further into, the rest of the things and all. Because you will not be able to comprehend and you will be able to only apprehend. You will not be able to get some aspects of the Lord in some moment of intuition. Because you don't get the intuition every time. You don't go past your intellect. You don't get into, because beyond the conflict of the mind. It happens only once in a while. It is like a vidyut, like a lightning. Maybe it is happening. Sadma, it happens all of a sudden. And at that point of time, you just know only that experience, will be good enough for you to hold on to understand God. Otherwise, we would only be describing the God, the metaphor of the God in various religion and various faiths. In our own Hindu philosophy, we have got various philosophies. We all describe, because he is Nirguna Brahman, Saguna Brahman, and Saiva Siddhantam says, because Aruvam, Uruvam, Aruruvam, because they are telling all the three things. He doesn't have any body, but he can be worshipped in any form, depending upon, because what is appealing to you. Because you may be interpreting the scriptures in your own way. That is why Kamban has beautifully brought this particular aspect, which I don't, which I find it, so beautiful. It is appealing to modern times also. So he gives sort of a romantic angle to that also. As well, he is also giving the philosophical angle also. Tholgandar, Thole Gandar. Thodukamal, Thodukamal, Thodukamalam, Thodukadal, Kamalamanna, Talgandar, Thale Kandar. The one who saw the shoulders, they only could see the shoulder. They can't go beyond that. So what is it telling is, when the final, the Parabrahman, when you are able to see, you will not be able to see the complete aspect of the Parabrahman. This is a philosophical intonation. Tholgandar, Thole Gandar, Thodugadal, Kamalamanna, Talgandar, Thale Gandar. Tadakai Kandarum Mahade. Tadakai in the sense, because after, this, the rest of the bottom of the body, when you see, you will be able to see only that. You will know Talgandar, Talegandar. What is Tal? Todukalal, Kamalaman, the like the lotus, his feet. If you are able to see, only you will be able to see that. You will not be able to see beyond that. Your attention will be caught in that only. Tadakai Kandarum Mahade. And then is Valkunda Kannaryare, Vadivine Mudiya Kandar. In the sense, these all the ladies, they are having a piercing sight, because when I think we might have experienced, when this girl is seeing the boy or boy is seeing the girl, they will try to see all aspects. He's like this, his cheekbones are like this, he is dark, he's short and stocky, he's tall and lanky, he is slanting, this and that, and so is the other, because both go on seeing that. They are able to see, because in everybody it's X-ray eyes, that's what happens. That is why Valgunda Kannariyare Vadivine Mudiya Kandaru. No one could see that. In ordinary human being, you will be able to see comment on that, not at the Parabrahman. When he comes, he exemplifies the Parabrahman. He has got all the qualities what Narada has described. Then what is he, when he says, no one could have comprehended him fully, you will be able to apprehend him. That is what we have seen in Upanishad. That is beautifully brought out by Kamban. And the last word he says, that is the crown of the entire this poem. Ulgonda Samayatannan Uruvagandare Uttar. Ulgonda Samayatannan, every sort of a philosophy says, because what we are saying is correct. Nirguna Brahman is correct. Aham Brahmasmi is correct. And someone says, Jiva Brahma Aikyatvam is correct. Someone says, no, Jiva Brahma Aikyatvam is God is different. God is Swatantra and Jiva is Paratantra says. And someone says, no, God, and because Jiva is not God, but he will have a similar qualities like Vishishtadvaita. And then Shuddha Advaita, because that is, in there is another philosophy, which is there and all. And then there is a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because they have got another philosophy. They are also Shuddha Advaita, Dvaita and Siddhanta, another one is Siddhanta. Everyone is trying to propound their philosophy based on their understanding. But have any one of us seen God? Can anyone show the God? It's not possible. It is like that. No one is able to fully comprehend him how Rama looks, and they will not be able to describe. The people who have seen, they will be able to describe the shoulders. Someone can describe the feet. Someone can see the above portion below the stomach, because they will be able to describe that. And someone will not be able to, fingers, they will be able to describe, but everyone, no one will be able to completely describe. He is beyond description. He is beyond comprehension. This is what is there, and this is exactly what he says. It is not that there is going on because debating my God is being or your God is being, or it is Nirguna Brahman. Whatever way you are able to apprehend, you go about it. Your sadhana, your upasana, how sincere you are, how much you are able to get into that. That is important. As as we have one great words, great slogan by income tax department, Vivad se Vishwas, not Vishwas se Vivad, because for everything income tax used to raise a demand. There used to be a case. Without that, chartered accountants will not have any work. Appeal, then go to tribunal, then go to court and all. But then they said, no, let's not get into that. Vivad se Vishwas. So then let us discuss across, agree to something and close it, because that's what, it's for last 6-7 years, it was brought about. To some extent, it was successful because the income tax is a complicated act, with the convoluted provisions, as has been told by Soli Sorabji, even our Attorney General. He said he just couldn't comprehend the Income Tax Act as we are not able to comprehend the Brahman. So that's what he was telling. So see, it is similar to that. So this point has been brought about. It is basically to say, when you are telling, because when you describe the God, when you are having a faith in seeing this God, you have the sincerity and elevate yourself. You will be able to see Rama only when you are able to go beyond your thoughts. Your thoughts will have to be present. The virtuous thoughts, that comes about, and all throwing out, all the bombarding negative thoughts, which is coming day on and day off. Then only you will be able to see. Then only you will not be able to have the conflict of mind. Then only you will be able to see. That is the philosophical proposition here. So this philosophical proposition has been brought in. Why has been brought in? And mantra number 11, Lakshmivan Subhalakshanaha is it. Because we human beings, when we come here, he is an antaryami in everyone. He is also part of super self. As well, he is also one looking after the entire world. He is Brahmanda as well as Pindanda. We are all called Pindanda. We are made flesh and blood. We are made of the 5 elements. The body is made of 5 elements. Once you take, you are the body, then you are only considering yourself as the 5 elements, not beyond that. Don't have that opinion. That's what, because it brings it. You are beyond that. So that's why in Adhyatma, in spirituality, 2 things we will have to understand. First, we will have to take cognizance and accept, not always, because at least it is difficult for us, but at least when you are contemplating and all, you should know that you are not this body. Because this body, will be there, till such time it is ordained to be here. Afterwards, because your soul is eternal, as has been told by, as has been enshrined in Gita as well as in all other Upanishads, and Sanatana Dharma has brought in about, all the acharyas have highlighted every now and then, and it's not only when you are eternal. So when the soul is eternal and this body is, like a cloth and what we are doing, but we should be able to accept it. But once you are not able to accept, once you say the body is everything, then, because then you will not be able to get the full view or even comprehend or apprehend the Parabrahma. That is why, this has been done. This the Lakshmivan Subhalakshana, when we said, when the Prakriti, when there is no conflict of the mind in Ayodhya, once you go out of the Ayodhya, you have got all the conflicts. And Tadakavata is there, and all the Rakshasas are there. And then you go about it, and because then Ahalya Sapa Vimochanam also it comes in the Balakandam. Then, you go to, where Vamana Avatara, because where he has taken as the birth of Kashyapa Rishi, and because there also he goes and meets so many things, events takes place. Finally, he reaches Mithila. When he reaches Mithila, when finally, that is what, the Kamban has taken the occasion to describe. He is the one, because with all these qualities you can't, because the 16 qualities which we may say day before yesterday, we were listing out all the 16 qualities, you will not be able to find in one person. You will not be able to comprehend it. If a person is having all the 16 qualities, he should be some Brahman. That is what exactly indirectly it denotes that. So therefore, what it means, if you want to consider Nirguna Brahman, that is, you're able to do your Upasana, do that. If you want to have a Sakuna Brahman, you consider that Sakuna Brahman is who is having Guna Paripurna, all the 16 qualities are there with him. Nothing, no less. And he has got all the 16 qualities, which is not possible in any human being to be there. It is there, once you try to find, once you try to take that, because aspect of it and sincerely do your Upasana, you may be able to apprehend at some point of time, like a lightning here and there, it will come. So this is a very philosophical aspect it has been brought about, because we have got a similar sort of this like Kamban, even our other masters have also written in all languages. In Tamil itself, on Arunagirinathar, who has because who has composed a lot of poems. He himself was in Saiva Siddhantam. They call it Aruvam. Aruvam in the sense without any form. Uruvam is the form, with the form. Whatever you can consider is Shiva, Ardhanarishwara, Chandrasekhara, Dakshinamurti, Nataraja, all those things you can. Aru Uruvam in the sense of neither the form nor the formless, that is Sivalingam. Sivalingam is an indication of the entire power that is behind the Parabrahman. That's what all the three are being considered, because there are Saiva Siddhantam also a lot of followers who are taking Uruvam and Aruvam and then Aru Uruvam, all the three they are taking it. They have got a separate philosophy, but they are also Pasu, Pati and Pasam, the three components they say. And Pasu, Pati and Pasam, Pasu is because the Jiva, Pati is the one who has created. Pasam is this entanglement in the samsara what we are having. Out of that, we are able to get out of that pasam. Pasam is a sort of a net. You are into the net. You will be able to get out of that only when you have the ego totally burnt. Then only you will be able to go out of that. When the Pasu and Pati, that will get. It's like we used to say Avidya, Kama, Karma, and then Jiva, Brahma. Because all the five fingers I used to say. Because these are all the five fingers. When Avidya, Kama, Karma, and all the things, Jiva, Brahma, they are all different. But once you have the Chin Mudra, once you are able to get into the sort of, apprehend, because who is the Parabrahman and all. When Jiva, gets in touch with even the lighting of a spark of a Brahman, then Avidya, Kama, Karma goes off. When Avidya, Kama, Karma is there, you are into this world. So that is Vyavaharika. And otherwise, once you get this, it is Paramarthika. As Advaita says, and it is like Paramarthika. That is why Tripundra, which is being put in, is Avidya, Kama, Karma. All the three put it, so they go off. So that is being that is Tripundra. And Urdhva Pundra is the Vaishnavis they do it because they are taking the Kundalini to the Sahasrara. That's how they say it. This is the philosophical sort of the import of in between, because which has not been covered in the Samkshepa Ramayanam. That's why we have brought in, and we will also see certain other aspects as we go about. And once this is done, Dharmajnasya Satyasandasya Prajanam Cho Hiteratah. This we have seen yesterday, this mantra last. Yashasvi Jnana Sampannaha Suchirvasya Samadhinam. Dharmajnasya, because Dharmajnasya is righteous. Righteous Satyasandasya is it is truth beholden. He cannot be doing. Prajanam Cho Hiteratah. He is always concerned about the welfare of the people around him. He is as a prince or even otherwise, wherever he is there, even the forest around him. Yashasvi, he is always, his fame is, limitless, so his longevity is limitless and his power is limitless, omnipotent, omnipresent and omniscient, what we call it, that is. He has got all those qualities, though he is not a god. So all these qualities have been indirectly, attributed to him, because he has got the godly qualities. Finally, when you get the redemption, you will be getting it and all. And then Suchi, clean. When you don't have, because the mind is pristine, pure, clean, no sort of a lonely thoughts will ever come. Varsyaha, self-controlled. That's why once he is having samadhiman. Samadhiman in the sense, as I was telling you, is everyone will, he is attended to them. He will make sure. He will not neglect anyone. That is why, when you sincerely do the upasana, even if you feel, your prayer is not answered, he will be waiting to answer your prayer, and he will be preparing everything to bring it to you even before you expect. That is why, because we have got that verse, Ananyan Chintayanto, that particular Tesham Nityabhiktanam Yogakshemam Mahamyam. He brings it. Even because when you don't expect, he brings it, he is holding it, he wants to give it to you. But are you able to take it? That is, because where you are able to sincerely do the upasana. This is what, and similar mantra is coming in Ramayana also. We will be covering somewhere else as we go about. So he has gotten all these qualities, and when Lakshmivan, it is said, he is already sort of, the seen by Sita, and he gets married to her. That is already covered. It is being taken for sort of understood, because Valmiki and Narada, they know what has happened, and in the first chapter, it is only a sort of a brief. It is a summary, executive summary. It's not specifically covered here. That is why in this context only, one small what Janaka says, they will cover as we go about it, because there are a couple of mantras later we will have the occasion to discuss. So next mantra, it is 13th mantra we are going about. Prajapati Samashriman Data Ripunishudaha Rakshita Jivalokasya Dharmasya Pararakshita Parirachita, because this is a very important mantra. See, this is something like that, because when he's Maryada Purushottam, the entire quality has been brought about in this. Prajapati Samaha. Prajapati in the sense, because in scriptures, it could even mean Brahma, or, because Vishnu, or but here it is only specifically Vishnu. Because he has taken the incarnation as Rama, as a Nara. Prajapati Samaha, because he is equivalent to the Vishnu's capabilities. In the sense, because he has got all the capabilities, he has come only in the form has changed. He's not, because Nirguna Brahman or Guna Paripurna as a Sadguna Brahman, but he has come as a Nara now. Shriman Data Ripushan. Shriman in the sense he is always with Lakshmi. That means it is already, because inferred that his marriage has already taken place. Shriman in the sense, without Shri, no one can be Shriman. You will be a Shriless man only. Shriman, Srimati, when you say, because Shriman in the sense only when you are having a Shri with you. Shriman Data Ripunishudana. Ripunishudana. In the sense he is, he can vanquish all the enemies, and the enemies, always, they will not take any right, they will not take any chances with him. Ripunishudana. Rakshita Jiva Lokasya. He will be taking care of every being, even if it is a squirrel, or even if it is a person, because who's not there, even if it is a small being, even if it is an animal, which has to work for him for something, because he will take care of even the ants he used to take care of. See, that is because, once in the sense, he will take care such a thing, such a way that there is no disturbance to any of the beings. They are all able to live happily. That's why Ramaraja, what we call it, even the animals, even the plants, even the human beings, everyone was happy. It's a utopian sort of a idea, which is not possible in the modern age. But there is a possible, that was the age, like that it was there. That's what, because they are bringing to our notice. We can elevate in the sense, because our goal can go past, what we think we are capable. Is propelling us to go fast. Rakshita Jivalokasya Dharmasya Parirachita is not only the sustainer of the universe, because like Vishnu, he has got the same quality, and he is also protector, because he has not created the world, and he is sustainer, protector, and finally before the dissolution, He also takes care of all the beings are being taken care of in their respective abodes. Whether they are dormant or whatever it is, because in the seed form or anything like that, he takes care of that. That is the scriptural interpretation. Dharmasya Parirakshita. In spite of all, he is the guardian of the entire probity in the life, both in all the professional and personal, all the life. And next mantra also continues the same thing. 14 mantra number 14. Rakshita swasya dharmasya swajanasya rakshita. In the sense, swasya dharmasya, whatever I have to do, I will not compromise. Rakshita. Come what may, whatever be the obstruction, I will get it done. So even, because he had to go to the forest, or even when he had to go with the Vishwamitra, when he, as asked by his father, half-heartedly though, he went there and he just stood by and he was sincere enough to do that. And after seeing that, because in fact, in one of the fine Palakanda, one of the finest sceneries, when he is coming out of the palace, I mean, Vishwamitra brings both the boys, Rama and Lakshmana, on the banks of Sarayu river, and they have a small resting place, small sort of a hut, and hut fit for princess, and it was there, and they were just asked to, because take rest in the night. Vishwamitra next morning, he wanted to see the boys, and because he has to take them further into the forest, for the protection of Yajna. As the sun rays were falling, as the golden orb of sun rays were falling through the window onto the face of Rama and all, Vishwamitra just couldn't control. That is what he recited. Kausalya, Supraja, Rama, Purva, Sandhya, Pravartate, Uttishta Narashardula, Kartavyam, Devamani. He was so elated. What a sort of a splendor, because though he has, he knows, all the things and all, he is a Brahman and all those things, he has done the tapasvi, he knows that. But when he was able to see actually, because the glory of the splendor of the face and all, as we have seen in Isavasha, Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasya Apihita Mukam. All of us are praying for that only. The golden orb of the sun is covering in the wonderful face of that Parabrahman. He is able to see that Parabrahman, Vishwamitra. That is how, Uttishta Narasardula Kartavyam Devamani. It has been taken as the Suprapanam in first verse of Suprapanam everywhere in all the Vishnu temples and all. It is basically from Ramayana Balakanda. And this is exactly, because people are not able to stand, because they were able to enjoy, because and even the great tapasvi, they don't have any sort of, they don't give in to anything and all. But when they are able to see the splendor of the Brahman in the face of Rama, they just couldn't control, he recites that. Rakshita swasya dharmasya swajanasya cha rakshita. He doesn't give up his duties. He does it at any cost. At the same time, he's taking care of his people. Veda Vedanga Tattvajno Dhanurvedocha Nishtata. See here, it is not a straight translation. Veda Vedanga Tattvajno. Veda is, we know, because now we have got 4 Vedas after, it has been divided. Otherwise, it used to be 1 Veda. Even in Treta Yuga, it used to be only 1 Veda. But afterwards, because as the Yuga went, because the pupil's Spriti, ability to sort of learn, has come down, and Vedavyasa has taken birth and is divided the Vedas into 4. And Vedanga is that of 6 Angas of Veda. They are Siksha. Siksha is the ritual rigor, because how we have to pronounce Anuswara, and how we have, because we used to have Suresh, because who was giving Anuswara and for all the Samhitas and likewise, it's a great subject. And only few people know it, and everyone knows only part of that Anga of Veda, because there are so many mandalas are there, it is a great subject. And Vyakarana is the grammar. Siksha, Vyakarana, Jyotisha. Jyotisha is not astrology, it is astronomy. The position of the stars, even the predicting, when there will be eclipse, even when there will be a sort of a high tide, even when there will be, because they were able to predict, how, the birth of a star will take place, how because nova, supernova, what they call it, when it takes place, when the stars will, it is astronomy is very much embedded. It's not astrology as it is. Astrology is something, because which is part of the astronomy. It comes out of that, because it's not the B thing and the end thing of everything. It is astronomy. And then Nirkuta. Nirkuta is the how you have to recite it. Anuswara is here, and etymology, in fact, how you will be able to find out the roots and how you will have to do that. Anvaya, how will you have to split the words and all. And then there is chandas. Chandas is even when we talk. When we talk in a pleasant, when you are happy, your tone and tenor will be different. But when you are angry, your tone and tenor will be different. Even that can be called as chandas. But there is one Pingalacharya, he has found the chandas, based on that, because how it could be formed and all, because it is a chandas is because like Anushtup chandas, we see, because these mantras are in Anushtup. There are Trishtup chandas. There are so many chandas and all. Then Shardula Vigraha, chandas is there. So many chandas are there. And each chandas has got a rule. You should have so many letters. The number of letters, will be different. And some of them, they have got the rule. If it has to be added few more letters, and for that also there is a rule is there. So he knows that also. Chandas. Siksha, Vyakarana, Chandas, astronomy, Jyotisha, Nirkuta, etymology, and Kalpa, the procedure rules and all the rules, regulations, and how, because even if you have to do a yaga, what type of yajna kundi you will have to do, and what type of arrangements you should do, and what type of, because how many people should recite and who should read, and because all the Vedavit, they have got us as assigned, because there is a procedure and they will be conducting it that way only. The chief will tell and others will follow. And the Ejaman, because who is funding, who is organizing that, what are all his responsibility, and he has to be with his consort only, his wife only it should be there. That's why, we may be telling Mandala Mishra and Shankaracharya had a very big argument, debate and all. At that point of time, Mandala Mishra has come in the rigors, in the Kalpa, and he knows everything and all. He was with his wife, and she was Bharati, because she's the one who is, she is also a great master. And finally, she was the one, because who umpired between the debate of Adi Shankara and Mandala Mishra. And finally, after Mandala Mishra has accepted the views of Adi Shankara, he is supposed to have become a Sureshwaracharya and taken the Sringeri, that Mat. That's how, the story goes. And there are debates and discussions. Some people refute it, some people accept it. But this is what, finally that is there for everyone to see. It is like that, because that Kalpa is something. And Dhanurveda is not only archery. It is, because when you say Pashupata Ashar, they are all missiles. They are all missiles in the sense, because in the actual translation of the Sanskrit word of Dhanurveda, even this Pasupatashra, it has been described as a blazing shaft which possessed all the effulgence of smokeless fire. It is like a nuclear warhead. So they all had, all directions were enveloped by darkness. The very elements seemed to be perturbed. The sun seemed to turn. How it can happen? It is like a nuclear explosion that has taken place. As we have seen the Oppenheimer moment, when the first bomb was dropped in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. This is exactly, because he just couldn't got his excitement, because he had, because the occasion to go through the Gita, Oppenheimer, and even the movie, also it comes in different circumstances, but he seems to be very familiar with this verse. It is the 11th chapter, 12th mantra of Gita. Divi Surya Sahatrasya Bhavitya Yugabat Uttitaha. If 1000 suns blaze together, even that will not be equal to that blaze that has happened. It is exactly, the first bomb was dropped. They were, because wondering, is it that power? They only tested, but they have not seen what exactly the effect. This is exactly, he was quoting this particular, the 12th mantra of 11th chapter of Gita. And he went, he said, because the Indian scriptures, so far-fetched, they could know all these things. That is how he became a great sort of the follower of Indian scriptures. Not only that, he asked his the fellow scientist also to learn that, because it is exactly in even Purusha Suktam, you say Sahasra Sirsha Purusha Sahasratra Sahasrapad. It is not only Sahasra, it's only 1000. It is thousands of. Because when he takes the cosmic form, in the 11th chapter, when he shows to Arjuna, he says, you will not be able to see the ordinary eye. I will have to give you the Divya Sakshu, then only you will be able to see. Sahasra Sirsha Purusha Sahasratra Sahasrabhat Sabhuvim Visvato Vritva Atyadishta Dasambulam. It is so vast, you will not be able to stand that, because that's what it said. All those things, because when they say Dhanurveda Nishtitaha, it is the power that is being accompanying the avatara of Rama. This is what the capsule that has been said by Narada to Valmiki in this. Sarvashastra Tattvajna, next is, because of the mantra 15. Sarvashastra Tattvajna Sprutiman Pratibhavan. Sarvashastra Tattvajna Sprutiman Pratibhavan Sarvaloka Priyasadu Adhinatma Vichakshanaha. The sense Sarvashastra Tattvajna, he knows all Shastras, and not only that all Shastras, the essence of all Tattva. Tattva is what is the essence of it. After knowing that, what is that, finally it is ingrained in you. What is the principle behind that? Smritiman Pratibhavan. Smritiman in the sense, sort of an unmatched sort of a memory. In fact, it is said, Vivekananda in one of his he was just excited after reading Upanishad and all. He was practicing Raja Yoga, and one of his fellow monk, who was an outstanding scientist and professor of science, he asked him, because now I have done the Raja Yoga, you take me, Encyclopedia Britannica, you ask me anything, let me see whether I am able to tell it. But when he went on, he was just, even before he completed, he gave back everything to the last dot command, everything he was able to tell. That is the memory, that is the upasmriti, the smritiman. Smritiman in the sense, that is the type of, that we have seen in our own life, exemplified by Swami Vivekananda. All those other masters also they have exemplified. Without Sarvaloka Priya Sadhu, Adhinatma Visakshanaha. Sarvaloka Priya Sadhu, in the sense he was like a saint with all the, when he is dealing with everyone and all. And Adhinatma Visakshana. He was never Dina, Adhina, in the sense, because he was never weak. He was always, giving, he was forthcoming, and he was getting the things done. He was forthcoming to everyone's liking. This is what it has been said. Because these are all possible only the godly qualities, Parabrahma. That is what indirectly is referring to. The next mantra is 16. Sarvada Vikataha Sadvihi Samudraiva Sindhibihi. Sarvada Vikataha Sadvihi Samudraiva Sindhubihi Arya Sarva Samaschaiva Sataiva Priyadarshanaha. Sarvada Abhigataha. Abhigataha is accessible to anyone. It's not that, the boss is inside, he's having a discussion. It's not that. He's always available. Even if he is in discussions, in the palace, he will be available at any point of time. It's not that one has to wait for him. And then Sadbihi, and because not only that, he is always Sadbihi, clean-minded. He doesn't come with this open mind. He doesn't come, this fellow will come and ask me this. This fellow will be talking about this. And this fellow is coming with an agenda. Not like that. He is open-minded. He knows how to deal with everyone. Because he has got all the qualities and he has got all the samatyas. Samudraiva Sindhubi. He is like a ocean. He's anything, because like a compassion, kindness, or helping, or even taking, one out of the trouble he is into. And even when he has to go out of the way to help, Samudraiva Sindhubi. There cannot be a better word. He is like a ocean of compassion. He is an ocean of sort of gratitude. He is an ocean of everything. Because that is the word, Valmiki has used here. Aryaha Sarva Samaschaiva, because the noble ones. Aryaha, it's not someone who come from Arya and all. That's not there. That is nowhere else in our scriptures. These are all later invented one. Aryaha sarva samaschaiva. He is everyone. Even though, because he's from the noble family, noble everything and all. For him, everyone is equal, and he will make them feel they have been treated like a noble. That's what he says. Sadaiva Priyadarshana, which we have seen earlier as it is. Always, because he's well disposed towards everyone. Always smiling and charming. Sacha sarvagunopetah kausalyanandavardhanah samudraeva gambirya dhairyena himamaniva. Here Valmiki goes into the poetic similes here. Sacha sarvagunopetah. See, having endowed with all these qualities, and he is always because making happiness embodied, because once you give your ego out and once you do the upasana, once you are feeling that you have done the saranagati to ultimate power, and you are just going to do your job and accept whatever comes in your way as his prasad or gift, then he takes care of it. It is duty bound on him to take care of you. Therefore, you don't have to sarvagunopetah, because he will make sure that happiness descends on you. You are always happy once you have taken that attitude. Provided you have just given up your stupid ego, all the grass and the texture of the ego in any form, when you are able to give up. It's very difficult for us, we are living in a world. We can't be, because even if you want to be without ego, I think the circumstances will make you, because perhaps, you may not be able to get through that. That is Samudra iva Gambiri. He is, his fortitude is, the sea, because his Gambiri, his gait and his valor and his sort of unfathomable, because the intensity of action, everything is like a Samudra iva Gambiri, Dhairyavan Himavan iva. His courage is like the Himalayas, because it is the highest peak is there only. Nothing can go beyond that. That's what has been mentioned here. And then next mantra is again another very important mantra. Here also we will have some philosophical import of it. We will see that. 17 mantra. Vishnuna sadusho viryo somavat priyadarshanaha kalagni sadushakrodaha kshamaya prithvi samaha Dharadena samatyage satyadharmaiva paraha. See, his valor, we have seen all his qualities. Nothing is new here. It's only further emphasizing Vishnuna Sadusho. Because whatever we have said, it is as good as that whatever Vishnu, the Parabrahman, will have. Nothing less. In the sense, he is endowed with all the qualities in the form of human being. That is why it's Maryada Purushottam. Viryo, Sadusho, Viryo, Somavat Priyadarshana. Somavat Priyadarshana, it's like a moon. He's cool like moon. So moon is always being given the coolness, and because he makes everything rosy, as well as he makes pleasant to everyone. The Somavat Priyadarshana. Here also the simile is being used. Kalagni Sadushaha Krode. He's like a Kalagni. He will burn everything down if he gets into the mode of the entire Krodha. Krodha doesn't come. He is Jitak Krodha. But in spite of it, if someone, he has got the occasion to deal with, he has to sort of, eliminate the Rakshasas and all. He has not compromised. It is duty. Because he's a Dhritiman, because he has never compromised on duty. He has done it. Kshamaya Prithivi Samaha. So Kshamaya Prithivi Samaha, and in the sense, he will forgive anyone. He said it's compared to the earth. Earth, you are going on digging, and because someone comes and puts up a road in your street, the next day the fellow who is laying telephone line, he wants to dig it first, because we are sort of wasting all the resources. First, there is no coordination. The municipal fellow, he has to put the road, his contractor comes in to put next day. And third day, because the water pipeline, that fellow comes, he digs it. All of them leave it at like that. We go on doing it, and even because wherever the mining is taking place, there is a mining law is there, MMRDA Act is there. When you do the mining, you will have to see that all the mines are properly closed. All the because the waste which you have leached in separately, they have to be taken out, and they have to be kept in impermeable surface so that they don't get into groundwater. And then you will have to make it habitable, and no contamination in the water. You will have to give a certificate, but everyone gets the certificate. But is it happening? It's not happening. The earth, everyone digs whenever he wants. Everyone does, because the real estate is growing up everywhere. Even the farmlands are being converted into real estate. Everything is happening. Even when there is not allowed, someone goes and builds, and finally he just have it regularized. All those things are happening. So therefore, it's not that it's weakness. Kshama, in the sense, once you accept your mistake, he is like the earth. Whatever, you do all sort of a nonsense, he still, once you realize your mistake and go to him, he will just forgive you and forget. Forget and forgive, and he will give you sort of a asylum to you. This is what even he said, Ravana, at the last minute. Even the last minute, if he comes and tells me, sorry, I've done a mistake, he would have forgiven. But Ravana couldn't do, because his ego is so vast. He said, who is he? Because a human being, I am a man, who has done so many things. He is no equal to me. That is the ego he had. Had he realized like Vibhishana, and he would have come, because the story would have been different. But that's not to be. Because like this is what it says, even whatever be the case, the ego is so difficult to be given up. Dhanadena samatyage satya dharma ivaparaha. Dhanadena is one of the adage for Kubera. Dhanadena samatyage, because he's like a Kubera wealth, because he just, no rival, he can always give samastyage, he can tyage in the sense he can always give it up. Give it up, and he can do it. Satya dharme ivapara. Satya dharme ivapara, in the sense there is no rival equal to him. See, there is one Vyasa Guha is there near Badrinath. Those who have gone, you might be, a lot of people visit that Vyasa Guha. We have also visited. That is where Vedavyasa, Bhagavan Vedavyasa, Krishna Dvaipayana, he wrote all the 18 Puranas, 17 Purana he wrote. He was not happy with that after writing, because in Dwapara Yuga he wrote that. Still, because the people were following their own ways, because and all sorts of things were happening. He thought, what to do. He went to the Saraswati River, banks of Saraswati River. Then he was, doing tapas and contemplating what to do. And then Narada comes there, and Narada comes, insights. He gives, because sort of a inspiration to Vedavyasa. You have written all those things, but you have not written one great Purana, which alone is sufficient for any human being to redeem himself in this life. So he gave sort of inspiration. He gave, of course, Vedavyasa was almost, he is the avatar of Vishnu. He would have done it. But he wanted, because the spark to be coming from Devarishi Narayana. After that, he wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Bhagavatam is considered to be the ultimate Purana. Even if you are not able to read all the 17 Puranas, if you have read Bhagavatam, that is good enough. That is why Bhagavata Saptaham is taking place everywhere. Naimisharanya, people are going there, Bhagavata Saptaham is taking place everywhere. Gujarat, UP, here, I have seen everywhere and all, because it is very important. There you get to know the entire splendor of what is Parabrahman, and they also give what are all, because in this life, how difficult it is to get to that level of spirituality. That's also being. So this is exactly there, that is there. Dharma ivaparaha, what is there? There he says Satyam Param Dhimahi. That's what in Vyasa Guha. One of the words is there, Satyam. Satyam is truth, ultimate truth. Param. Beyond that, nothing else is there. Dhimahi. Dhimahi, in the sense, it's like a Gayatri. It is the only one which will save you. Satyam Param Dhimahi. First verse of Bhagavatam ends with Satyam Param Dhimahi. So here, Satya Dharma Ivaparaha, when he says, indirectly he refers to Satyam Param Dhimi. So that is exactly, because the way for, the redemption of the human beings has been brought about. Next, we have got the mantra number 19 and 20. It has come together. Tamevam guna sampannam Ramam Satyaparakramam. Satyaparakramam. Aham Vedi. What Vishwamitra said. Satyaparakramam. He is not ordinary man. Aham Vedi Ramam Satyaparakramam, he says. Jeshtam Sreshta Gunairuktam Priyam Dasharatha Sutam. He is the eldest. Sreshtam. He is the the foremost. He is not only the first child, he is all the foremost in everything. Gunairuktam. With all this state, all the best qualities ingrained into him. Priyam Dasharatha Stutam. Because he became so lovable, not only his parents, to everyone. Prakrtinam Hidairyuktam Prakriti Priya Kamyaya Yavarajyena Samyukto Vichet Pritya Mahipatihi. See, he has got all the valor, all the best qualities, concern for everything we have seen. And when he is having all the things, Prakritinam Hitairyuktam, once he has seen Prakritinam, it's not only Prajanam, Prakritinam. The entire, all the plants, animals, and all the beings in this Prakriti, his Prakriti is Hitairyuktam. Because for their welfare, when he is thinking about Prakriti Priya Kamyaya, he does only thing, so that flora and fauna flourishes. So that, because all the animal kingdom flourishes, so are the human beings. Yavarajena Samyukto Ichet Pritya Mahipati. Having seen such great qualities, he wanted him to make him the crown king, regent. That is what Dasaratha thought he will do, and he will be doing it and all. So he consults everyone. Finally, in the council of ministers and Vasishtha, everyone, they have decided he will be crowned as the king. As he was about to be crowned as the king, this is the next mantra. Perhaps with this mantra we will conclude. Tasya Visheka Sambaran Drishtva Bharyartha Kaikai. Tasya Visheka Sambaran. Once she has come to know all the arrangements and all, actually she was very much in love with Rama. She used to like Rama more than her own son, because she was having everything going for that. In fact, there is no indication as to how this will happen. Seeing Rama's anointment, because basically what happens, if you want to do something, assuming you take a decision and you have not discussed in the house, the lady of the house doesn't know what decision you've taken, then possibly you will be never able to implement the decision, because you need her help also. This is exactly what has happened. Kaikeyi, sure, she was good enough and she had all the things going for her. She had so much of ego. And another thing is, she was supposed to be so good looking in those days. Kaikeya, because the entire thing. So she had that, because vanity also was there, and she had, in fact, she will be regretting in Aranyakandam, because when she goes, with all the mothers, to see Rama in Chitrakoot, she will be saying, what that I have done and all. It is a momentary. The ego in such a moment, it lets you down. So it's not that she has been told by Kuni and all those things, because that is okay. But even then, she was not someone who is not susceptible to all those things. She is such a great lady. Tasyabhisheka Samparan Drishtva Bharyartha Kaikeyi Purvam Dat Varadevi Varamena Mayachata. He has given Vara, that he knows that he has given a Vara. So she wants to use that at this opportunity. The most unlikely opportunity Dasaratha would have expected, nor she herself would have sort of thought she will be doing that. So that's why when the ego comes, ego takes over, we don't know what we are doing. We will be talking, something which we don't intend to. And, once it takes over, and then you will be holding on to ego. Having said that, you want to steadfastly go by that. That is what exactly is happening. It's not that she's trying to be a sort of a villainous character or anything like that. This is exactly the philosophically and psychologically the ego hassle that is coming. So she then wanted to then she took that opportunity. Vivasanam cha Ramasya Bharatasya Abhishekachanam. Vivasanam cha Ramasya Bharatasya Abhishechanam. तस्याभिषेक संभारान् दृष्ट्वा भार्यार्थकैकेयी पूर्वदत्तवरा देवी वरमेन मया चत विवासनं च रामस्य भरतस्याभिषेचनं. When he even proposed, when he had made all the arrangements, he did a mistake and he has not consulted. He should have, because normally present day, because everyone would have consulted and all, because at that point of time he thought, they will not object to that, he is taken for that. And she also perhaps so well disposed towards Rama, her ego has come in her mind and it has prevented her. And as well, she wanted to use the term. Once you have taken a ego-based decision, you will not be able to go back. You will be doing mistake after mistake. One will follow with another. That's how it will go about. But afterwards, because when you see her words in Aranyakandam, you will feel what a fantastic mother she was. But here, this is what happened. We will just stop it here, because next is, because as such, it is in Ayodhya Kandam. After that, because a couple of verses, that is still in the Ayodhya Kandam. We have more or less come out of the Bala Kandam. Then we will be following the Aranya Kandam. Now, Ayodhya Kandam, 2 or 3 philosophical things are there that we will talk about, because how Rama reacted when he was said, you'll have to go forest. He was asked to come, and because you are going to be in the crown regent tomorrow, and the next day you were asked. He didn't have any sort of reaction. He was pleasant, as disposed. He was much more pleasantly disposed than he was told. When he was being seen, how Valmiki brings out, when he comes out of that entire the palace, how people react to after seeing Rama. See, this is the greatest epic where he uses, the similes, how people, instead of telling through the words of the Dasaratha and all, he tells through the citizens of Ayodhya. That is the beauty we will see. Tomorrow we will be reserving that, and we will also be seeing certain philosophical aspect. With this, we will conclude. In the meanwhile, if you have anything specific, you can tell me, then we can proceed. स्वस्ति प्रजात परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीं च गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्यन्ति पृथिवी सत्यशालिनी एषोऽयं शोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः पापस्तेषां व्ययस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजयः येषाम् इन्दिवरश्यामो हृदयस्थो जनार्दनः रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पते नमः मंगलम कौशलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्जये चक्रवर्ती तनुजाय सर्वभौमाय मंगलम कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियै वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा अनुष्कृतो स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. ओम तत्सत्. कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
nice, Ram. Very nice, Ram. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhudas. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. இன்னைக்கு ரொம்ப இதுவா காம்ப்ரிஹென்சிவா இருந்தது.
I hope you are not straining yourself too much.
No. In fact, it helps me to be forgetting
getting back. Yeah.
Okay, கொஞ்சம் அதான் உங்க ஸ்பீடுக்கு போங்க, நீங்க அவசரம் இல்லாம நிதானமா.
அதான் கொஞ்சம் வேணா you can moderate your pace.
We are
no problem. I think we will go at a normal speed. Very minimum speed we will go. Because we will be taking other philosophical aspects, other part of the mantra not covered also. We will go at a pace.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah, and it is a good journey to start again.
Correct.
Take care, Ramchandran.
Sure.
Take care, Ram. Bye, Prabhuda.
Bye, Shankar sir. Bye.
Bye, Prabhuda. Bye, Shankar.
Bye.